Hello, Verey here. I'm just out on my bike and I thought I'd do a little tour around Bembridge Harbour while the sun is setting. There's quite a nice light on the harbour and the boats. The tide's about halfway out, but it won't be long before the light's gone, so I'll have to get moving. Very busy, everybody coming back from their outings. And we can see the harbour around me. I'll turn the camera around very gently. I'm just hand holding it. You can see the sort of general scene here. But I'm going to try and ride past the houseboats, holding the camera with one hand, the bike in the other, so I don't fall off. Some of these houseboats are pretty old. They used to be a lot more dilapidated than they are, but they've become pretty trendy. They used to be quite cheap. You could have quite a cheap house on the edge of the harbour here, but now they're very expensive, very sought after. £250,000 or more. I suppose a bit like in Chelsea in London. But I hope you can see those all right. I'm going to cycle down this way, and then I'll double back and go around the other side of the harbour. I've got my little pocket recorder on, so I hope that's working. Trying to do two things at once, record the sound and do the video at the same time, and then I have to sync it all up together. It is a lovely light this evening. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. These green huts on the left, they're used for housing a type of yacht called Red Wings. They're very smart boats. And we're just coming up to the Bembridge Sailing Club just here, which has well, it certainly did have a very prestigious membership of a lot of lords and ladies and titled individuals. We have a lot of what I call the DFLs down from London. A lot of them are down here at the moment. That's the old Tollgate Cafe. The railway line used to go along here. Up in the 60s, I think. It was one of the beaching cuts. There's people still eating out. These are sand dunes on the left here, which is quite a bit of rare habitat there. You get the southwest winds funneling along the Arraton Valley, and it exits out here by Bembridge Harbour. And you get some very strong winds in the winter time, and you get these sand dunes in rather unique habitat. This used to be a sort of gravel works here, which is now closed. They used to scoop the gravel off the shore here and the sand. And I'm just coming round to the north shore of Bembridge, which is facing the Solent here. The people having their supper. Over there is St Helens. They call it St Helens Duver. The sun going down in the west. Over in the far distance is the mainland. And here we are, back at the Tollgate Cafe, and I'm going to double back and cycle around the other direction. This is the Bembridge Lagoons here, which is also an important wildlife habitat. It's, it doesn't look all that spectacular, but it's supposed to be a SSCI site of special scientific interest. There's some strange anemone, I think, that lives in it. It's these sort of, I suppose it's sort of brackish water. There's a little plaque up here that says something about that. But, this is the old railway line. Which makes a, and on the left there's a great Bembridge and Braiding Marsh, which goes quite a long way. Oh, this is this plaque where it tells you a little bit about the wildlife just here. Yes, it's a starlet sea anemone, and you get little egrets and things like that here too. And those buildings on the other side, those are the sort of boathouses and marine works. I'll sort of head along this way. I'm losing the light quite rapidly because the sun has gone down now. There's something squeaking away in there. Well, here we are on the other side of the harbour. Just here. It's quite interesting because this is where, incredibly, the Victorians had a ferry that came in, which they used to be able to put the train on. Actually, the whole train on the ferry, and then it would link up with the railway line. Quite an incredible feat of engineering. I think over there I can see a friend of mine on his boat. I'm just going up the hill up to St Helens. This is the west side of Bembridge Harbour. And I'm going to go over there to the Duver, so we'll sort of head up here. There's these holiday caravans here. And, anyway, I was trying to find this thing with one hand and hold the camera with the other. It's an electric bike, which I suppose is cheating a bit, but it's the most wonderful thing going up hills like that, and you can see Bembridge Harbour behind. The light is disappearing fast. And here we are, this is St Helens, and its wonderful village green. It's almost a medieval setting. It's a very nice village. When I was young, they used to have a huge village bonfire on the green. Hundreds of people would come to it. It was quite a major event. And then the health and safety put pay to that. And high insurance, like so many things. Things that are a little bit risky. That's it. And we've got a downhill run now down to the St Helens Duver, as it's called. Remains of an old church tower here. I think it was discontinued quite a long time ago, more than 200 or 300 years ago, and they kept it as a sea mark and painted one side of it. There are a lot of people here. The light is fading. We've got rather a beautiful oyster pinkish light, which is rather lovely. Right, well, here they're all clad now, but underneath that cladding are the original Victorian railway carriages on the Isle of Wight Steam Railway. And when you look inside them, they still look like a railway carriage. They're very sought after little huts now. Bembridge Harbour. Just a little evening jaunt round the harbour. The lights are drawing in now. Days getting shorter and shorter. I suppose just in 2 months they'll be putting the clocks back.